Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I will just discuss on this use case. If you see here, now you will be using Normalize here. So we are converting one row into multiple rows. So I have put length and finished function. So we have already discussed on length function a lot. I'll just ping the link above for the Normalize playlist. You can go and study there. Okay. So regarding the length function. So based on the length, if you give the if you take the length of these strings, you will get if you split the strings. Okay, if you string split and then get the length, you will get 3, and then if you pass it to normalize, you can print. Okay, so that's how if you do, that's how it works in length. So we'll see about finished function, because like more people in even in the interview, they're not sure about this finished function. Okay, so how can we do that, and then how to write the code for that. Okay, so we'll understand that, and then if you're new to the channel, you can browse to the interview playlist. Okay, so we have compressed, like we have put all the videos there. So I'll just go to the session today. Okay, we'll just start. So here the expectation is the normalize. Okay, so normalize use cases are at least you will get one. Okay, in the interview, so you should be focused on here. So mostly mostly length function. Okay, so rarely rarely they will ask for normalize. Okay, so it's one of TCS tools notification. And the recruiter asked about finished function. Now what's the other function? That behaves same as the length. Okay, it converts 120 multiple rows like that. So that's the expectation. Okay, so are you aware of this normal use case? Okay, they'll be testing this use cases on you. Okay, so for this you have to understand, if there's any string function, you have to understand that. Okay, so mainly you have to run like understand the runtime of normalize. Okay, so runtime of normalize, you have to understand that. Okay, so after, because like if you understand the runtime, and then by by studying the runtime here. Okay, you can study the runtime in this website. Okay, in Abinitio site, if you study runtime, you will know what are the functions available. Okay, so what are different functions available in normalize, and then and then how to run that. Okay, how to declare and then how to run that. Okay, how it runs. So these are like highly important. Okay, because length, uh, length length and finish, they both, they're not the same, one and same. Okay, even though they're like they intend to print the number of rows. Okay, they convert the number of rows into multiple rows. Okay, one to multiple rows, but the runtime behavior is different. Okay, so we'll see that. We'll just go for the um, length function first. We'll just see length function. Okay, even I've just discussed in previous videos as well. Okay, so but here I'll just give you overview. Okay, so length function, you just print the skeleton. Okay, so for the skeleton, just refer to the previous videos. Okay, maybe in the starting initial normalized playlist. Okay, normalized videos. So I will straightly go to the core point. Okay, core line. Okay, so here I'll just do that. Okay, uh, length of string split in dot data, and then you have delimiter comma. Okay, so this will give you string split of data, will give you uh, this one Anjali cream Cetaphil. Okay, so vector number of 3, these 3 members will be there, and then length of that will be will be identified as 3. Okay, so that 3 will be passed to normalize, and then you will write the core normalize function here. Okay, so in comma index, right? So you should begin and then end, and then you can write your code here. Okay, so code to print that 3 lines. Okay, with the name, and then brand name essentially brand, and then product. Okay, so those 3 variables you can call it. Okay, you can call out, and then you can, there are 2 fields, right? You can print those 2 fields as well. So 3 lines and then 2 fields. Okay, 2 fields you can declare. Okay, so you can write that. Okay, so that's easy. You can refer to the previous videos. Okay, so now we'll go for the finished function. So that's important now, just for your for your understanding. here now our goal is, for example, here see Anjali cream setup will, right? So what we can do is that our this okay, this is our input. Okay, so we need to convert that into name Anjali. Okay, so product cream brand setup. Okay, so we need to do like this. Okay, so how can we do this? By using a finished function. So that's what we are going to, we are going to see. Okay, so just write the code. Yeah, so here what I'll do is that I'll just declare, first I'll just first see it's similar to length function. Okay, we'll declare the length function, length function, and then we'll pass the 3 to normalize. Okay, so here in this case first we'll declare the normalize function. Okay, so we'll just keep this function aside. Okay, keep it aside. First we'll write the normalize function. Okay, so we'll write the code here. Okay, so here I have to print two fields, right? Field 1, field 2. Okay, so field 1. Okay, I'm just setting the priority. Okay, so here if index, while running it will be 0, it will start with the 0. So I'm just doing that. Okay, same thing, I'll just do it for product. Okay, index 1. Okay, same brand. Okay, so this will give me, okay, so priority would be 2 and then 3. Okay, so now index would be, okay, 2. Okay, so this will give you, okay, these set of lines will give you the first column, name, prod, brand. Okay, so now we'll go for writing the second field. Okay, so second field 2. Okay, so I'm just writing that here, same, okay, same set of lines. So here I'm just calling out the fields actually. In dot, if I consider, okay, if I consider this one, name, prod, okay, whatever field name you take, you can just give it. Okay, keep it. So same for this one, prod, and then same for brand. Okay, so those, see, these are the field names. Okay, field names of your initial data. Okay, in dot name. Okay, DML. Okay, so declare the DML properly. Okay, so that's a basic thing. So some people have requested for the basic, Abinitio teaching. Okay, that I will come back to later. Okay, come back later. Okay, so playlist for Abinitio beginners. Okay, so you should know how to write the DML. Now, if you're preparing for interview. So field 2 is done. So field 2 is done. Sorry, here I have to put 2. Okay, so field 2 is done and then field 1 is done. Okay, so now, okay, now this one is, okay, doesn't have length. Okay, no length function is there, right? So we have to make sure, at least we should declare no finished function. So because, see, at least one of them should be there. Okay, length or finish. Okay, so that's how your normalize will be called out and then it will run. Okay, based on that value. So now we'll see finished. Okay, so finished and then same, your incomes and then index. Okay, so these two will be there, begin, end. Okay, so here the, see, here you have to understand the logic here. Okay, so when should I stop? Okay, your length function will give you, it will give you some numerical value, that orders. Okay, some, for example, it says 3. Okay, from the length of function. Okay, from this function, from the length of function, it says 3. The 3 value is passed to the index. Okay, the 3 was passed to the normalize function, then the normalize runs for 3 times, starting from index 0 comma 1 comma 2. Okay, So your length is the okay starting length, it find out 3 and then you pass to the normalize. Similarly here your finish function, okay, when the normalize runs, it checks whether it has declared length or okay it has the length or finished, because it should have something, right? So it will check whether it has a length or finished. If it is, if your code is having finished function, then it will it will check if this logic, okay, whatever logic I will give here, okay, is true or false, okay, like a boolean, okay. So I'll just add a comment here. So these are command lines, okay. So I'll just print the logic. So we'll see what happens to the logic if it is true or false. Okay. For example, here I'm just considering. Okay. So index should be equal to 3. Okay. 3 or 2. Okay. So whatever. Okay. So in this case, what happens? Okay. So if the index is 2, so in that case it will stop. Okay. If the if you get the true value, if they get the true value, it will it will stop. Okay, if you get the false value, it will continue. Just I'll just put here, okay, continue. So continue means like it will continue running the normalize operation. Okay, so this one continue, this one stop. Okay, stop, stop the normalize function. Okay, so the normalize where you be pausing that, where you printing the values, right? So provided there is no finalize. Okay, so here normalize we will be printing the values now. So when you get the true value, you know it will stop, it will stop. Okay, so it won't go to the next step. For example, in this code, okay, in this code you will get the output as, okay, I'll just show you. So for this code, when your normalize runs for 0 1 2, okay, so you here we say we will put the condition as index equal to 2. Okay, let's say 3, we'll start with 3. Okay, so only if the index is equal to 3, okay, then in that time, okay, your code will stop. Okay, until then it will run. So that means your normalize will run for, okay, runs for index successfully. Okay, 0 1 2. That means all index values will get printed. Okay, so for all those three value, okay, will get printed. All values will get printed. Okay, so that means you will get the output as this one. Okay, all three values. Now you say I will change this. Okay, I'll change this code to uh, 2. Okay, so now what happens, your normalize, okay, index, when it transfer, okay, index, okay, index equal to 2. Okay, then during that time, okay, your normalize won't run. Okay, because we have true value, right? 2 equal to 2, so your normalize won't run. Okay, so in that case, you have these two values. Okay, I'll just tell the runtime. Okay, so um, 0 1, so it runs for uh, your normalize will run for 0 and 1. So and when it comes to 2, your finished function will return true value. So that means stop the normalize. So we have stopped, and then we don't have this here. Okay, so we don't have the brand here, only we have the name and product. So similarly, I'll just consider, okay, I'll just consider output index equal to 1. Okay, so you just change this. Okay, you just change the finished function, you just give it 1. Okay, give it 1 and check. Okay, you can try this in your GD as well. Okay, just give the 1. What will you get? Okay, you'll get just normals will run for 0. Okay, and then when it comes to index 1, okay, then what happens, your finish function return true, because this will be true, right? So 1 equal to 1, true. So what happens then in that case, your output, okay, your output will have only a name Anjali. Okay, that's it. So that's that's a clear cut a difference between index equal to 1 2 and 3. Okay, in your finished. Well, using finish function. Okay, so I hope you understood this, problem statement. Okay, take note of it, and then please practice this in your GD. Okay, so that you'll understand this difference between length and finished, and then you'll have a clarity. So if you have clarity, you can you don't have to worry about the normalize function. Okay, so basically normalize we have got other functions, but the length and finished, these both are important. Okay. Okay, so I'll just come up with another concept. Okay, maybe SAT type 2. Okay, so that's been pending. So I'll just see you guys in the next video.